So this year I'm Chief Innovation Officer at Revizto. Last year, hands up, how many were at RevUP last year? Awesome. It's hard to see with the bright lights. So last year I was a customer and I was on the second day keynote, and it was a fantastic time to be here at RevUP and share our story from a customer perspective. Over the last year I've traveled the world with Revizto, meeting you as customers around the world. Over my career, I've had an amazing journey through the construction industry, seen amazing transformations in the digital technology and the use of technology in construction sites. But not so much of the transformation has happened since I started using Revizto. I think out of all of my 30-year career, the last 8 to 10 years has been the most exciting and the most accelerating. So I'm going to bring you on a journey of what it takes to innovate at light speed. So I'm going to be talking a wee bit about the Revizto roadmap, what we're working on this year, give you a deep dive into Red Academy and what Red Academy is all about, and our amazing team that's been building all of this knowledge sharing that Armin was talking about. Talk a bit more about Gainsight and what Gainsight will mean for you as our customer and for our customer success team in helping you get the best out of Revizto going forward. I'm going to be talking about something new that we're launching this year. Last year as a customer, I did a presentation on codifying coordination, and it was amazing over the past 12 months to see how many customers actually onboarded some of those concepts. Over the last few months, we've been working hard to codify that knowledge and take that forward and bring that to you as customers as a series of templates inside Revizto. And then I'm going to finally wrap up with a showcase of what you, our customers, are doing and how you're innovating with our technology and bringing these projects to life going forward. So in my travels, I get often asked, what does the Chief Innovation Officer do? Well, I kind of think of it like this. I work with an amazing team, and through this amazing team, we bring our expertise. Armin mentioned that we're from the industry, particularly in our customer success team. That industry expertise is invaluable to help us support you through our technology to allow you to innovate on your projects. We're all passionate about delivering these projects through technology, and my role is to work with our customer success team around the world and to champion collaboration and to allow you to get the best from Revizto going forward on a daily basis. Punch it, Chewy. That's a note for you, Anton. Not saying you're Chewy. So I grew up as a kid of the 80s. Knight Rider, Star Wars, that was how I saw the world, through sci-fi. Innovating at light speed, to me, was traveling on the Millennium Falcon at light speed. The truth of the reality is, we're all innovating at light speed. And when I mean we're innovating at light speed, this is how it happens. It's Zoom calls, Teams calls, and it's the data sharing that happens around the world at light speed, except for in Australia. They're still on dial-up. True story. It's through these conversations that we have with you as customers that we find out where your challenges are. And then we bring those challenges back to our huddle, and we workshop those challenges to bring new solutions through Revizto out to you to reimagine some of these workflows. I'm going to talk a wee bit more about reimagining some of these traditional workflows in a wee bit. So our mission, and I strongly believe in this mission. I'm passionate about the construction industry. My father, my grandfathers, they're all builders. So I come from a lineage of builders, and then I flipped over to the design side. And now I've flipped over into the technology side. But the one thing that drives me forward is my passion for construction and the passion to transform the construction industry. I firmly believe that this room here today, by collaborating together, we can bring a new paradigm to the construction sector. 20 years ago, I used to imagine one day that I'd be able to open up my project data from a device on site. Little did I imagine that today I can pull out my iPhone from my pocket, open up the model, and see it projected in real time through augmented reality and tag an issue long before it becomes a real problem in the construction sector in the real world, saving valuable time and money. So if we're already at this point in the construction industry, that we can pull out our data from our mobile phone, from our pocket, where to? What's the future look like for Revizto? I've got to show this. It's not too serious, but it goes to our transparency. We want to promise and deliver on our promises. So this is a little statement about saying, hey, it might take us a little bit longer to get to delivering some of these promises, but we're going to get there. So before we jump into what we're going to do this year, I want to kind of describe where Revizto sits in the environment. This is how I imagine it. We take the information from the authoring zone, from many different tools, from Revit all the way through to Civil 3D, from Bentley Roads all the way through to Vectorworks, from Rhino to SketchUp, yes, even SketchUp. And we take that data and we take it seamlessly into our platform. And that allows us to share that information, collaborate on that information in a single environment. It's an environment that supports the 2D, the 3D, and the data behind those 3D geometries. I'm thinking of this environment as a shared data environment. There's been a lot of talk over the last 20 years about a common data environment, but that common data environment, in my mind, brings up challenges around siloed information. It sits in my CDE, or it sits in that CDE. What we need as a construction industry is a shared data environment where information flows seamlessly between what I call the contractual zone, or maybe the contractual data environment, and then the authoring zone. So you can have that work in progress information flow seamlessly in a controlled fashion out to a construction site, see the issues before they become real issues, and then resolve them. So with all that in mind, we're doing a lot of thinking about how we can empower you as users of Revizto with common standards that are starting to emerge. Things like ISO 19650, etc., are big in my part of the world in ANZ. So what does that mean? Well, we're doing a lot of work, a lot of talk with our customers on how we go forward with permissions. Yes, permissions is our #1 priority for our roadmap this year. Permissions are the key to leveraging the information across everybody in the project. Permissions will allow you to schedule stuff into the work in progress environment, so you can have that live information, that live feed of data coming through to your project teams, but then ring fence some information and share that with a select group of people. Maybe it's a technical review that you want to undertake and you want to share it with some people. Based on the permission stack, you'll be able to share that information with confidence and know that they're seeing the right information, track those comments to the information that was issued on that shared day. And then all the way through to ring fencing information in a published state. So if you're out there on a construction site, you can pull up your mobile phone, go to the drawing and know it's the latest published information and know that you can construct from it without needing to double check it. And I hope in the future, Anton will kind of hit me later, but at some point in the future, maybe we can connect QR codes to some of these permissions. So you can scan a QR code to see if a drawing is up to date or not on a construction site. That would be pretty cool. 2D improvements. It may seem counterintuitive to see 2D up here on the screen. 2D is really important. They are the contractual documents of the industry. I hope that before I leave this industry, I will see the 3D model be the contractual thing and eventually 2D drawings disappear. Having grown up in the 2D environment for the last 30 years, starting on a drawing board with an ink pen, I know the value of what it means to put information on a 2D drawing. So we're investing in bringing out new improvements in the 2D space. We respect that the 2D environment is an enabler that connects the experience of a construction site all the way through to the design team and back out again. So we're going to be bringing out some new features inside the 2D improvements that will allow you to have symbols to facilitate easier markup and review. We're going to be working on technical review processes. So, if we call up and we want to have a chat about your technical review process, this is the reason we're calling and we're reaching out to you. We want to understand how your 2D workflows work so we can innovate on those and make the 2D environment as seamless as the 3D environment in Revizto. And the last one, and Armin mentioned about our integrators that are already working with us, is we're investing heavily into developing our API. And that's for you as well. We want you to use our API to do more with Revizto. Going forward this year, we're going to be opening up the API so you can access data inside Revizto as well. I imagine that in the near future, when that starts to hit the market, that our customers are going to use Revizto in all sorts of new and innovative ways. Perhaps using the API together with Power BI to run sustainability reports, to analyze your embodied carbon inside the model, and then to create appearance templates that allow you to visualize the impact of that embodied carbon. We're also working with a number of partners. And I encourage you to go to the exhibit hall and talk with our partners. I'm blown away by how many partners are here this year, and thank you to all of our partners who are here this year. Red Academy, probably the most exciting thing that we've been doing over the last 6 or 7 months. The Red team, can you stand up so people can see you? Are you in the room? At the back? We firmly believe this is the future of learning. Our Red Academy is a series of micro-learning courses that is designed to distill all of our industry experience and bring it to you as our customers, to empower you, to help you leapfrog your competitors and help you engage with the full continuum of the Revizto feature set. Red Academy is in 2 parts. Our knowledge base, it explains, decodes, and allows you to troubleshoot the real detail behind Revizto. We're going to be giving our knowledge base a real major refresh, making it easier to find the key information inside the knowledge base. There's a wealth of knowledge inside that knowledge base, but we understand that it can get a little bit difficult to find what you need. Our LMS, built on top of world-class learning management solutions like Docebo, will allow you to discover and learn and master Revizto. Our LMS will also allow you to get certified. The key with our LMS is a series of micro-tutorials. These micro-tutorials will allow you to target specific learning pieces. You might want to learn on how to do a 2D markup. But the metadata that's attached behind each of these micro-tutorials allows you to link those micro-learnings to other areas of Revizto. Based on the tags and the metadata, you'll be able to jump from learning about how to do a 2D markup to maybe doing a deep dive into Clash automation. Ultimately, we want to showcase our experience to bring you new skill sets. What it looks like is a series of learning pathways, these guided tutorials, and then more importantly, a series of exams and that lead you through to certification. Hands up who did the certifications yesterday. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for doing those. We were blown away with the attendance. And personally, I was aghast that people were queuing up at the door on a wait list. So we're going to work on that for next year and give enough space and enough flexibility so everybody can get certified. Our LMS is also being designed to allow you to, depending on your role or where you are in the construction sector or the design sector, or as an owner-operator, to get targeted learning that suits your role and your profile. It's really important that we target these learning pathways. As an architect, there are certain things inside Revizto that you absolutely must know. As a design technician or a BIM coordinator, there are other things that you should absolutely know. And we want to encourage this a pathway to learning, but we also want to bridge those unique specialisms so they link together and create these learning pathways that allow you to empower your teams to do more with Revizto. Again, it's designed for both design, construction, but more importantly, we're opening it up to the owners. Through my own personal journey in the construction industry, I've seen the value of what Revizto does for an owner of a project. being able to step into their building before it's realised, to walk through their building or to sit in their office desk is so empowering. One of the stories that I have from this experience is a project that I worked on in New Zealand where we dropped the Star Trek Enterprise model inside one of our projects because the owner of that project was a self-confessed Trekkie. So we gave him a VR experience in Revizto and got him to walk through a corridor, walk through a doorway, and then boom, he's in space. And the excitement, the engagement just went next level. Quite a commotion. So I'm confident that by leveraging these tools, leveraging this expertise, you can get the same results in your projects. I too am certified, and we're working hard on these certifications. Next year we'll have certification level 3. Level 1's been designed to allow everybody to get certified and recognised. Level 2 is pushing a little bit harder, and I'd welcome some feedback from those that undertook the certifications yesterday. We want to learn from this experience and make the certifications better. Level 3, I want to challenge it, and I'm keen to understand how far we can push on challenging you. I would like to level it up quite high to make level 3 feel like a badge of honour. So you can go out there into the global workspace and showcase your skills and your talents. So what are we doing with the LMS going forward this year? There's a big focus on our Revizto's Essentials learning. We want everybody to engage with Revizto. We want to make it super simple and easy. Our Red Academy is also available on your mobile phone. For those that have a regular commute into and out of cities these days, I understand that most people are in a hybrid working solution, but Red Academy will work from your mobile phone. I've been blown away with how easy it is to get access to learning with the solution that we're building. Going beyond our essentials learning, we want to target that deep knowledge of the BIM, VDC, digital engineering fraternity, and really codify that deep knowledge and share it globally. And then we're going to break it down into these industry work streams. Whether you're a GC, super sub, working in the civil or infrastructure space, we're going to be bringing you learning pathways that are related to your industry and templates that relate to your industry. If you haven't used our Red Academy, this is what it looks like. We're trying to make learning as easy as using Revizto. And I'm really passionate about what the team are doing here. I've used a number of learning tools over the years in the construction sector, and I'm pretty pumped with what we're achieving here. I'm confident that we are reimagining how learning is undertaken in the construction sector. And I can't wait to see what you do with these new skills over the next 12 months. So how are we going to help you get there? Well, Gainsight is the future of customer success at Revizto. Stand up, customer success team. I know you're all out there. Come on, don't be shy. Oh, there's more of you than those. Come on, stand up. We're all here to help you get the best out of Revizto on your projects. Please reach out to us. But this year, it's all about Gainsight for us. It's a tool that's going to connect all of our engagement with our customers, with you, through our teams, through our global network. That will allow you to get access to people in Australia who are doing infrastructure projects. There's some customers here this week that are going to be sharing their project knowledge and their insights on how they've been using Revizto to really empower the seriously large infrastructure projects through Gainsight, through our global customer success team. We want to hook you up, connect you to these examples of how to use Revizto in these specialist areas. Could be a healthcare project, could be a specialist lab, or it could be a mixed-use multi-res project. Via Gainsight, we'll be able to understand the workflows that you're working through, and we'll be able to share that knowledge to empower you to get better results from Revizto. How does it work? What's centralizing the communication that we have from our global team? That way we can all see the conversations that are happening, the ability to unlock those interconnected conversations, to take them forward. Something that I'm really excited about is having implementation plans that are targeted to your workflows, to your projects. So we can work together with you to establish an implementation plan for your organization, all the way down to the level of a project. So we know what we're doing in week 1, you know what you're doing in week 2, and we can monitor that. So if some of the people in your team need to undertake the Revisto's Essentials training, we can track that and we can work with you to share that knowledge and ensure that your team are empowered with the right skills. The reporting that Gainsight will give us is critical. It'll give us insight into how well the implementation of Revizto is going, but more importantly, it'll empower you and your project teams to get more from Revizto, to ask the hard questions at the right time and get the right support from our global team. And then finally, it summarizes all of this in a customer health score. We're pretty excited about the customer health score because it's a simple way to communicate the myriad of data points that happen when you implement technology, from onboarding to training to implementing templates, etc. via Revizto. We'll be able to track it all and summarize it and report it simply as a customer health score. Hopefully all of this will avoid unforeseen disruption and allow you to smoothly transition from using Revizto for the first time to becoming one of those power users, and then hopefully coming back here to present your workflows and then inspire the next generation of Revizto users. A little snapshot of what Gainsight looks like. You can see an implementation plan up there, some of the reporting metrics and the way the communication flows work. So, codifying the future of coordination. I have a challenge on myself to try and improve the construction sector. I've spoken at conferences around the world for many years, and it's always had a similar theme. How can I share my knowledge with everyone in the world to do more simply? I don't know if it's something that's in the water in New Zealand, but in New Zealand we have a lot of innovators. And I don't know if it's something to do with our remoteness, but in New Zealand we always feel that we're behind the times. But in New Zealand we also invent things like the hypodermic needle. Yeah, it was invented in New Zealand by a vet. We also invented things like the jet boat. And then we 3D print rockets and shoot them to space. So I hope that through these templates we can reinvent the construction industry and we can do more with less and let the machines do the hard work. The templates are being designed to allow you to step through from zero to hero in 3 simple steps. Step 1, import the templates. Step 2, customize them to suit your projects and your own workflows. And step 3, start collaborating. So collaborate via Revizto on your projects to get the most out of it. What's included in these templates? Well, out of the box, you get a suite of search sets that are built up based on our global expertise and working with our customers. These search sets have been designed to work both in the native RevUP format and also the IFC format. So out of the box, it'll work across both platforms. So if you're working with partners that are sharing digital information in IFC file format, these templates will work on that. So it doesn't matter if your team is in Revit and your partners are in ArchiCAD or Tekla, these templates will work across the board. Clash tests. There's a suite of clash tests that are available in these templates. The clash tests have been designed to cover an 80% kind of use case across the industry. I've had a lot of conversations around the world with industry partners, understanding how architects, how general contractors, how subtrades want to use clash automation inside Revizto, and we've been tuning these clash tests to suit a broad spectrum of the industry, but making them available in a way that they're flexible to be tuned for specific needs. We understand and we see that some of our industry partners and some of our customers are using clash automation at a very specific, highly detailed level, and there's a number of classes this week on this. This afternoon, myself and Matt Ivers will be talking about the Clash Avengers. Come to that class. Cheeky plug, Matt. Also inside these templates are appearance templates. I had a customer reach out a few weeks back saying, it'd be really good if we could just make Revizto look cool from an architectural perspective. And I was like, hey, I can do that for you. So inside these templates, there's a white card template. So you can use the appearance profiler to switch your model into a white card model from an architectural perspective, removing all of the hyper colors that we like to use in a coordination perspective. There's also a bunch of things in there that will allow you to tip into quantity takeoff, favorites properties, filters, stamps, etc. A complete suite of tools to let you get the best out of Revizto with one click, essentially. So how are all these things built up? Well, search sets are the heart and soul of Revizto. Search sets enable so much inside Revizto. So the search sets are broken down into four key categories. There's the model search set, so you can find things at a macro level. The search sets are designed that by just swapping out the model names in the templates. We've built the templates off Autodesk's Snowden Towers template, so you can just swap out the file names to suit your project, and then they cascade all the way through all of the other search sets. Then there's some category search sets that are built on industry recognizable categories, the RevUP categories that are present out of the box inside RevUP and then flow into IFC file format. And then there's a bunch of secondary level search sets that allow you to get into the detail of your coordination, the property sets that allow you to search for pipework smaller or greater than 50 millimeters. I think that's 2 inches over here. And then the clash sets or search sets themselves. The clash search sets allow you to quickly and easily set up the clash automation. Hopefully that removes a whole bunch of headache and a whole bunch of work in onboarding Revizto into your project. Quick look at how these cascading search sets work. If you missed my class last year where I talked heavily about this, this is how these search sets work. They're dynamic search sets. They're not static. They ebb and flow with your project needs. So you can take these search sets and apply them to all of your projects. You can transfer them quite easily inside Revizto from one project to the next using our built-in features for transferring project standards. This allows you to scale these templates to suit any type of project, whether it be an airport, a healthcare project, or mixed-use residential project. And over the last kind of 6 months, I've been working with a few select customers around the world who are now onboarding these templates as part of their organizational workflows. And it's really heartening to see how these concepts are being taken and evolved throughout these organizations. But we want to go one step further. I really do want to work with you and the industry to onboard a step change in the industry. So we're going to release a BIM execution plan or a digital engineering execution plan addendum focused around digital coordination and collaboration. How do we use digital tools to enable these projects? We want to set a new standard. We want to minimize those conversations that are often around tension in projects. This file didn't come through in the right format. Well, Revizto supports multiple file formats, so we can create a new paradigm, a new standard of a way of working and collaborating in the construction sector. Together with this BIM execution plan addendum is also the clash matrix that goes with it. The clash matrix is dynamic. By changing a few key things in the clash matrix, you can change the entire volume of the matrix. Again, we've worked very hard to simplify the way the matrix presents itself. We've used icons to communicate the clash typology that exists within Revizto. But more importantly, all of this stuff is based on our industry experience. We're leveraging that industry experience to bring industry-focused templates to you. We're linking it through with our clash automation, And we're going to be working hard with the development team, Anton and his team, to make clash automation and issue automation even better going forward. And finally, the Clash Matrix has this new concept that I'm calling a coordination risk score. Typically in Clash, you have one object and another object. You clash this one with this one, and then somebody needs to look at those two objects, look at the clash, and decide if it's a low priority or high priority. We've built a coordination risk score, so you can nominate what object A is in terms of a priority around coordination, and you can nominate what object B is around a priority for coordination. Maybe it's a buildability issue, or maybe you just know that big stuff is hard to fit into a building, so you can elevate that score. And then based on the formulas that we have in the Clash Matrix, everything updates. If you get two things at a low priority, it's going to automatically mark it as trivial. But if you get something that's at a medium level of coordination risk, clashing with something at a high level, it's going to elevate it to critical. And that's all going to happen dynamically within the Clash Matrix. What do these things look like? Well, here's a snapshot of what they look like. This is our coordination risk score. This is our Clash Matrix. So I'm keen to get feedback on this. If you want to see this, reach out to me or one of the customer success team that are here over the next 2 days. Happily walk you through what it is. So finally, I want to celebrate our innovators in the room. Armin showed you the stats of the customers that we have around the world and the number of projects around the world. I've taken a small subset, a very small subset of our global innovators around the world to present today. If I missed out one of your projects, I'm sorry, but I've only got 5 minutes, 10 minutes left, so I couldn't squeeze them all in. So I'm going to lead out with a project from Warren Amani. This is dear to my heart. A year ago, I was with Warren Amani, and I was talking about Warren Amani's journey on this stage. So I'm going to lead out with the Christchurch Cathedral because it's dear to my heart. It's a unique project that is leveraging Revizto through the design and construction phase. What's unique about this project is it was destroyed in the Christchurch earthquakes, and Revizto has been key to engaging the project team from design through construction all the way through to the owners and operators of this amazing project. The quality and the detail of this model is second to none, and it's also leveraged a lot of point cloud scanning, even through to the using the Boston Dynamics robot dog to do the laser scanning inside a very unsafe building, and then to bring that to life through Revizto so everybody can explore that building from the safety of their desk chair, which is amazing. Slightly different. Snowy 2.0. This building is unbelievable. It's 800 meters below ground, and it has 27 kilometers of tunneling. They're using Revizto in a number of settings on this project. This project is so significant to the local community in New South Wales that they have a BIM cave set up for the public to explore this project. And Revizto is used on this wall that's, I think it's like 35 meters as a big BIM virtual cave, where the public can understand what their parents are working on if they're children, but people that are invested in this community can walk into these tunnels and see the tunneling that's happening 800 meters below ground. Absolutely mind-boggling that this piece of infrastructure is going into New South Wales. It's a pumped hydro scheme, so during the night, they pump the water to a high-level lake, and during the day, when the electricity demand is high, they let the water flow through the pump house and generate electricity to meet the demand during the day. An amazing piece of technology enabled by Revizto. Westland Hotel. Unique project here from North America, and what I love about this one is the way they used the walkable laser scanner. It was something that I wish that I could have played with in New Zealand. We didn't quite get there, but we did get the Boston Dynamics dog to do the laser scanning. Something from Europe, data centers. These data centers are empowering everything that we do at light speed. And it's amazing to see these data centers coming to real life in a digital world to empower the digital world. These are the facilities that actually provide the internet that Revizto is built on. And it's amazing to see these complex projects being realized simply via Revizto. O'Hare Airport, these large infrastructure projects, these central hubs that connect the world. Having just traveled through LAX, I'm very familiar with what a good airport looks like, and it's amazing to see such a large project coming to life via Revizto that will enable and connect the global community. And finally, Red Sea Global. This project just blows my mind. And there's oodles of other projects over in the Middle East that are happening at this scale. It was something new that launched upon me as my journey into Revizto began, was this concept of understanding what a giga project is. Some of these projects are so vast and enormous that they just buckle the trend of a mega project. There's like 10 or 20 mega projects combined into one project. Seeing these projects being realized inside Revizto and seeing how Revizto enables these large global teams to connect seamlessly is what really inspires me and our team and gives us the confidence that we're onto something new in the construction space. So again, thank you to all of our innovators who are using our technology to change the way we design, build, and make the built environment around us. Thank you.